You are what you eat. If that's the case, you might not want to see yourself again. And that's mainly because of how these products are actually made in the industry, be it your favorite salmons or preferred jelly beans.
Team members put his own pair of sweaty socks into a bag, let them marinate.
Hang on to be thrilled by the shocking processes these products go through. The Parmesan cheese you put on your penny might just be wood pulp. And here's why. A Bloomberg report revealed that grated Parmesan cheese often contains cellulose, an anti-clumping agent made from wood pulp, which was generally considered acceptable at 2 to 4%. However, when Bloomberg tested several brands, many exceeded this range, showing a higher cellulose content than expected. This suggests that simply reading labels might not be sufficient for consumers. The report concluded that the best option is to buy whole Parmesan cheese and grate it yourself. Of course, you can put wood in it later if you miss that flavor. Jelly beans. I wonder what will be your reaction if I tell you the jelly beans you eat daily are actually made of insect secretions. Yes, what you heard is right. Jelly beans are known to be shiny because they are coated in shellac, a resin secreted by the female lac bug after consuming tree sap. Native to the forests of Thailand and India, these bugs deposit shellac onto the twigs and branches of trees, which are then harvested and processed into flakes. Once dissolved in ethanol, the liquid shellac is sprayed on various products, from food items to fingernails and hardwood floors, to give them a shiny finish. Unfortunately for vegetarians and vegans, this will pose an issue since shellac is an animal byproduct. Avoiding shellac entirely might be challenging, but not impossible, especially if one could resist the allure of jelly beans. Pringles. Thanks to the unique shape and texture, Pringles have always stood out the most in all the chips I've eaten so far. And today, I'll show you why you're fooling yourself if you call them just regular chips with extra crunch. Due to distinctive packaging and innovative design, it was hard to decide to call them potato chips or not. Well, researchers have shown that they actually are not made from potatoes, but rather use a special recipe to make them dehydrated processed potato. According to the Taste of Home, potato is not even included in any of the ingredients. They are made out of a mixture of corn, rice, and wheat, which is rolled out and later cut into super thin layers. Chewing gum. I hope you don't have a gum in your mouth as you're watching this video, because I'm about to break a secret to you that will make you hate them now. Chewing gum has been found to contain lanolin, a waxy secretion from the sebaceous glands of sheep, typically used to make their wool waterproof. Okay, I've heard that lanolin is used in skin products. But chewing gum? Since lanolin is part of the gum base, a standard industry component which is regarded as a normal industry standard, manufacturers do not need to reveal its individual ingredients. And that's not all. There is also a possibility of synthetic rubber being used, which is often used to make the gum base of these chewing gums. Canned food. According to a survey taken in 2010, it was found that most of the canned food products use a chemical named BPA, commonly known as bisphenol, an aluminum lining used to prevent corrosion in cans.
BPA was discovered in the 1890s, it was first made, and it's in the lining of cans, and it allows cans to be more watertight so bacteria can't get in.
Sometimes it can be dangerous as well. Bisphenol A, BPA, has been identified as having the molecular characteristics of an obesogen, a term used to describe chemicals that may contribute to weight gain. BPA is known to enlarge fat cells, interfere with adiponectin, which is a protein that protects the heart and mimics certain hormone-like activities in the body. Research has also shown that BPA can narrow coronary arteries, thereby increasing the risk of coronary artery disease. Don't know about you, but I'm definitely gonna quit buying cans now. Energy drinks. The combination of caffeine and additional sugars in energy drinks is associated with decreased insulin sensitivity and increased blood sugar, so they may not be a smart choice. People that intake too much of these drinks are also said to be diagnosed with several medical conditions, such as anxiety, depression, diarrhea, and even hallucinations. One can of any of these drinks is said to be equivalent to 5 cups of caffeine. Next time you feel like buying an energy drink, just take a quick run in front of a bull instead of drinking a Red Bull. Blue cheese. Alright, cheese lovers, do you know that the blue cheese you eat is actually mold? That's right! Blue cheese, also known as blue-veined cheese, is identified by the growth of blue lines which occur due to the growth of a certain type of fungus called Penicillium roqueforti, which gives this cheese its particular flavor and color. Since it's a mold, there are chances of it producing a chemical called mycotoxins, produced by most of the molds normally, that are harmful to humans. But there are certain factors that influence the growth of these mycotoxins, so if taken well care of the product, you will probably be safe. Vanilla-flavored products. A little bad news for you, because as tasty as this flavor is, it's actually not made from something, well, so nice. Scientists found that beavers excrete a sweet-smelling and edible castoreum from sacs near their anuses. Although there is a high chance that the flavor is extracted from beavers, some say that castoreum is rather too expensive because of its rarity to be just found in a store next door. Well, as bad as it sounds, castoreum is beneficial too, because humans have been using it for more than 2,000 years, mostly to cure ailments like headaches, earaches, toothaches, fevers, and gout. Not that bad, I guess. Yogurt. You probably enjoy having yogurt daily in your breakfast, but have you ever imagined if you could see, under a microscope, what you put in your mouth as you take each bite of it? Let me show you today, and disturb your breakfast routine. Yogurt is actually made up of bacteria called Lactobacillus and Streptococcus. But don't worry, they are actually good bacteria important for health. So even if they look like some creepy worms under the microscope, you don't have to worry, even if you eat them. Gelatin products. Gelatin, a substance that is used in a lot of stuff that you eat peacefully, such as jellies, marshmallows, cakes, and even ice creams, is actually made up of something that you probably did not imagine. Manufacturers produce this substance by processing animal cartilages, bones, and skin. Yup, you probably heard that right. The process extracts the collagen, a fibrous protein that connects bones, muscles, and skin, and turns it into gelatin, a flavorless, colorless, jelly-like substance. Next time you think of eating a pack of jellies, remember it's actually made of processed bones. Instant noodles. Dr. Braden Kuo from the Massachusetts General Hospital used a pill-sized camera to monitor what happens in the stomach after intaking noodles, and he noticed that they stay intact for about 2 hours in the stomach. And this is just bad news for the noodle lovers, because according to the recent studies, it can actually be a lot more harmful than you think. Although they are delicious and a great full-filling snack whenever you're hungry and short on time, there could be an increased risk in the metabolic syndrome, which eventually leads to heart diseases as it is high in sodium. Moreover, it has unhealthy saturated fats and glycemic loads. So, you have something to worry about if you regularly take them. Extraterrestrial tuna. I know some of you already don't like tuna because of the smell, so you guys can chill and sit back. But this story is for the tuna lovers who probably did not come across an alien figure in their tuna can. This woman claimed to have gotten a tuna can, and when she opened it, she realized that something with eyes and small red arms was inside. The picture went viral within a few hours after it was published. The curiosity among the internet users made researchers go deep into the investigation, and that's when the truth came out. It was actually a small megalopa, a small juvenile crab that tunas tend to eat, and there is a huge possibility that it was stuck to the fish's tongue as a parasite that ended up intact while processing the tuna. Man, if I were in place of the woman, I would have just eaten it in a hurry without even looking. I mean, an alien would be just additional protein, right? Hot Cheetos. Imagine sitting on your couch, watching your favorite movie while munching a pack of hot Cheetos, and suddenly you feel some extra texture in your mouth. This man, while enjoying his midnight snack, found a roasted rat in his pack. As soon as he saw the creature, he decided to take a picture and upload it on the internet, which got viral within a few days. The buyers of the product were shocked and furious at the irresponsibility of the product makers. Man, I'm definitely not thinking of buying a pack of Cheetos from now on. Red-dyed food products. I know colorful food products seem more appealing, and especially the strong red color that would make anything seem spicy and mouth-watering. But sometimes you have to get used to enjoying the food without additional colors. And here's why. An average trip to the grocery store often yielded a cart full of colorful foods, with vibrant reds standing out in products like raspberry jam, canned cherries, strawberry licorice, and red velvet cake. But little do you know that these colors were often derived from a small insect, the cochineal bug. Oval-shaped and about 0.2 inches long, cochineal bugs were harvested and processed into natural dyes, such as cochineal extract, carmine, and the pure pigment carminic acid. These dyes had been used for centuries to color food, textiles, and cosmetics. You can take this as a lesson and stop using red-colored food products. Packed chicken. Not chicken. Yeah, I feel sad adding this entry in this list of sadness. But do you know, the juicy chicken you buy from the grocery store has some hidden secrets you probably did not imagine? Recent studies showed that the chicken, packed nicely and sold to the grocery stores, actually gets injected by a pump of saline water to make it juicier. This process, called plumping, is sometimes even mentioned in the packaging. Next time you buy packed meat, read the instructions carefully, unless you want to get a pseudo chicken. McDonald's. There was probably no bigger wish in your childhood than your parents taking you to McDonald's for a nuggets treat. But what I'm about to tell you today will probably make you rethink your choices. With over 30 ingredients listed on the guide, you might find the word white boneless chicken written on it, and McDonald's actually uses non-free-range chicken, which means the chickens are raised in tight quarters and juiced up with antibiotics to make them bigger than their actual size. Moreover, the ingredients such as sodium aluminum phosphate and dimethylpolisiloxane are far more harmful than they seem. Sadly, you can now switch to eating healthy salads rather than munching onto your favorite nuggets. Salmon. This woman, while buying fish at the store near her home, found something fishy. While choosing a pack of salmon to probably go home and make some sushi, she found strange worms when she looked closer. As soon as she noticed the creatures on her food, she immediately took videos and posted them on TikTok for the internet community so that anyone who thinks of buying the same product can get awareness. As the discussion became a huge uproar among everyone, it was concluded that those worms were actually parasites called sea lice. They are tiny parasites that feed on the mucus, blood, and skin of wild salmon. They attach themselves to the fish during their early stages of life when they were still free-swimming larvae. And this is probably what the woman found on her pack. Fried chicken. This entry is going to be that one gross nightmare that will disturb your sleep for countless days. And here's why. This man ordered a bucket of chicken from somewhere, and he probably had his wish of peacefully enjoying a good snack broken within a few minutes. While he was about to take a bite of his fried chicken, he noticed worm-like creatures filled in the piece. So he tore it up only to find a huge group of maggots inside. Seems like someone was already enjoying munching on the chicken. Roach in burrito. Buying your favorite burrito and not being able to take a single bite of it sure seems painful, but knowing what's inside will probably make you thank yourself for not munching on it. This man ordered a burrito from Sacramento's restaurant and found something strange as he was about to take a bite. Initially, he thought it to be a giant piece of meat, but on inspecting closer, he found that it was actually a giant roach. The bug probably sneaked into the kitchen and was cooked, along with the meat, making its way to the man's burrito. It was a highly discussed topic as he had shared the pictures on the internet. Thankfully, the authorities closed the restaurant after this accident, so you don't have to worry about accidentally eating a roach. Capri Sun juice. This entry will make you realize why homemade fresh juice is better than just going to a store nearby and getting packed juices. Not only do these juices have esters in them that are just additional chemicals that give the fruity flavor to the juices you drink daily, but sometimes they even have some even more gross things in them. This woman brought a pack of Capri Sun juice for her kids, and when the kids complained about something strange in the juice, she decided to check for it, and that's where she found a group of worms inside the packet. She unpacked all of the packages and decided to upload a video on the internet so all moms could know not to buy juices like these ever again. Thankfully, the clip got viral within a few days and reached me as well, so now I won't buy these juices again. Microwave popcorns. Microwaving a pack of popcorn as a midnight snack, or when your friends come over for a movie night and you're in a hurry, sure seems very convenient. But it's not actually as safe as it seems. Diacetyl, a chemical once used for the buttery flavor and aroma in microwave popcorn, was linked to severe and irreversible lung damage known as popcorn lung. This disease caused scarring and narrowing of the small airways in the lungs, leading to symptoms like shortness of breath and wheezing, similar to chronic obstructive pulmonary disease. Fortunately, chemicals linked to cancer and popcorn lung have been removed from microwave popcorn in recent years, and eating it occasionally is now considered safe. But some questionable chemicals are still present in the packaging. So, you better check your popcorn before buying chocolates. A video making the rounds on social media claims that the FDA is cool with some extra ingredients in our food, like cockroach parts in chocolate and rat hair. While there's some truth to this, it's only part of the story. The reality is that all food agencies worldwide acknowledge that food grown and processed in nature isn't 100% squeaky clean. Sure, no one loves the idea of rat hair in their chocolate, but the tiny amounts left over after processing are usually harmless. We've been eating this stuff for ages without batting an eye. Sometimes ignorance really is bliss. Worcestershire sauce. When you think of Worcestershire sauce, the first thing that probably comes to your mind is, how do we pronounce it? Or how do we spell that? But the real question on your mind should be, how is that stuff made? The process kicks off with onions and garlic soaking in malt vinegar for 1 to 2 whole years, turning a shade of red that's eerily similar to raw liver, throwing in some barrels of fermented fish guts. Sorry, vegetarians and vegans, this one's not for you. Adding a dash of salts and molasses with tamarind paste, and everything gets tossed into a giant mixing vat. Finally, the concoction is bottled up and sent to stores, where folks like us eagerly buy it to drizzle on steak or jazz up our cocktail sauce. But would you still want to buy it? Apple juice. A controversy has been going on the internet recently about the concentration of toxic inorganic arsenic in apple juice, which made mothers all over the world worried. The question started popping up when someone asked a dramatic question from the show Dr. O, which said that our nation's kids are in danger. The huge uproar on the internet made the authorities look into the matter, which confirmed the presence of high levels of arsenic in apple juice from different areas of the nation. After a huge debate, the government took measures and it was diluted, but in some areas, the concentration remains high. And that's why you should switch to another flavor or maybe fresh, homemade juices. Peanut butter. I cannot imagine a life without waking up to a fresh slice of bread coated with my favorite peanut butter. But this information made me rethink my choice. Being used in almost every food, especially desserts, to make it even more delicious. This tasty item is known to have some questionable products in it. Unlike other entries, it's something that's unintentionally added to the product. It's because of the machines used to make the product that do not check the contaminants in it and just add anything that comes along the way, which can include rat hair and bugs. This creates a whole lot of horror stories among the peanut butter lovers that FDA writes as natural contaminants. MSG containing products. You have to thoroughly check the ingredients in your products, and here's why. MSG, also known as monosodium glutamate, is a flavor enhancer made from L-glutamic acid, a substance naturally found in many foods. L-glutamic acid is a non-essential amino acid, meaning your body can produce it on its own, so you don't need to get it from your diet. Although everything seems normal here, the FDA has received many reports concerning reactions that people have attributed to foods that had MSG in them. The reactions included nausea, weakness, headache, sweating, and even chest pain. Although the symptoms are mild, researchers admit that a small number of people may have short-term reactions to the item, and the only way to prevent it is to not eat food that has MSG in them. School food. Alright, I'm not saying that you should stop sending your kids to school because of what was found in the food served in the meals of this school, but sometimes you just have to be a little careful and give them homemade food. This video was posted on social media that made mothers from all over the world furious and concerned about the diet of their children. The school food was full of bugs. Some even claimed to have seen flour mites in the granola served there, and school authorities blamed it on the manufacturers of the food. But that did not justify anything. Thankfully, the products were cut off from the serving line soon after that. Gross, right? Takeout food. This video of a takeout food was posted on Facebook by the user Natalie Delgado that grabbed the attention of millions and became a hot topic to discuss on the internet. She said that after taking a few bites, she noticed that the meat didn't taste well, or it smelled like hay, and decided to inspect it. Only then she found bugs in there. She saw small bugs crawling in the pork sandwich, which grossed her out, which made her run to the bathroom to throw up immediately. She also took herself to the emergency room to make sure she was okay. Next time you buy food from a supermarket, you better be careful if you don't want to munch on some maggots. Pasta. There's no denying how tasty a big bowl of pasta topped with your favorite sauce and freshly grated cheese is. But what I'm about to tell you today might upset you a little. Refined pasta, the kind most of us know and love, isn't very healthy or nutritious on its own because it's high in carbs, but low in other nutrients. It's just like eating something that just makes you bloated without giving you any nutrients. However, you can make pasta healthier by pairing it with nutrient-rich foods like vegetables. Opting for whole grain pasta is another good alternative for a more nutritious option. So you can now run to the store and exchange your regular pasta with a whole grain one. Packed fruits. This woman was walking through the grocery store to get some fruits when she stumbled upon something unusual.
You hit the disc. I ain't fucking putting that no.
She was about to buy a pack of bananas when he saw a huge Brazilian spider crawling in there. The lady took a video of it for the evidence and posted it on the internet that got viral within a few days. Some said that it was the packaging company's fault, while some assumed that the spider might have crawled from a hole in the packaging. But whatever the reason, we have a conclusion. That is to not buy packed fruits because something else might be enjoying your fruits before you get to taste it. Corn. Corn has to be one of the best things to exist, but sometimes,
look what I found in my sweet corn.
You just have to be a little careful in what you buy from the store, as it's pretty common for bugs and worms to crawl up to the corn. They can sometimes make their way to the manufacturers and become a part of the food. Like this man shared a video of what he saw on his sweet corn. There's a huge possibility that bugs like these that are hidden deep into the corn can unintentionally be cooked along with other items in corn-based products. So it's better to wash your canned sweet corn before eating it, unless you want to see a huge worm crawling in it. Canned tomatoes. It's pretty common to use canned stuff for convenience and to save time, as one might think that he is still eating healthy because it's fruits and vegetables at the end of the day. But sometimes it can be more harmful than you think. And today, I'll show you how. Well, the problem does not lie in the tomatoes themselves, but rather in the packaging they're in. We know by now that cans have BPA, bisphenol, which is a harmful chemical, but sometimes the product carried in the cans can also have an effect on it. Such acidic fruits like tomatoes have a higher chance of having a huge amount of BPA in the cans. So it's better to sit at home and take your time to cut the tomatoes thoroughly if you don't want to visit the hospital. Marshmallows. I know you were probably craving some roasted marshmallows, but what I'm about to tell you will definitely make you not want them anymore. Marshmallows actually contain a product called gelatin in high amounts that is surely not derived from some as sweet as they taste. It comes from animal bones and connective tissues. Who knew something so yummy and soft would be derived from something so gross? Next time you buy a pack of soft mallows, just remember how they're made. Subscriber's pick. Now it's time for the most awaited one of all of these shocking discoveries, our subscriber's pick of the day. This image was sent to us by one of our subscribers, so if you have any image that is perhaps disturbing your sleep routine, you can send it to us. Who knows? We might solve the puzzle that has been confusing you. As tasty as hot dogs are, the process they go through while manufacturing will definitely make you stop for a second before buying one next time. These juicy snacks are actually made from animal scraps, and you actually never know which part of the animal you might be eating. Sure, they are low in protein and contain high sodium content labeling. The nasty process they go through just overlooks these facts. They are grinded into a thick paste, which is later mixed with starch and other flavorings, followed by water and corn syrup for the juicy taste. Finally, they're rolled into cylindrical packets and sent to the markets near your home. That's it for today. Comment down what you like the most. Don't forget to like and subscribe.